We are confident for sure in the ability of this man. We're all excited. He comes from one of Chicago's first families of hockey and has a lengthy resume of success as a head coach, including championships in the ECHL's Peoria Rivermen and the USHL's Green Bay Gamblers. Also a former American Hockey League Coach of the Year, served as an assistant coach with the National Hockey League St. Louis Blues during the 2005-2006 season. Without further ado, we shall introduce the head coach, the new head coach of our Chicago Wolves, Don Granato.
Okay, I'm never too nervous standing in front of a group of hockey players, but a little nervous today. So hopefully I don't mess up here. First of all, thank you very much to the guys, all the guys sitting up here, Don, Buddy, Kevin, and certainly Wayne, Gene, who's somewhere back here as well, and the rest of the Wolves. Thank you for putting the faith in me. First and foremost, a lot of people up for this job, but obviously they've selected me, so they've got a degree of faith, and I appreciate that. And certainly appreciate the opportunity, which is exactly what this is. I'd also like to thank and talk about being nervous. I skipped over my family already, so that was first on the list. So I've got to go back to first on the list here, and certainly thank my wife Susan, who's here. And endured, as all of our wives in this business and sports business, plenty of ups and downs. So thank her, my mom and dad, brothers and sisters that are here, and nieces, 5 nieces that are here, that are every bit as excited as I am and everyone else. So thank you guys all for being here, and cousins, uncles, and all that. The third group I'd like to thank is all the people here, obviously here to support hockey and the Chicago Wolves. You know, as a kid growing up, we grew up in Downers Grove, passionate about hockey. We were always overshadowed as a player in this community with football or baseball. So, you know, anytime you see or I see, I can reflect on being a kid and wanting our sport to be appreciated. Anytime we get a turnout like this, I certainly want to acknowledge to you guys that showed up today a big thanks for spreading hockey and the excitement for hockey and the passion for hockey for all those kids out there in this community. That brings me to the Wolves. The Wolves have been around for 14 years, and they have really, I've gained a lot of respect, not only for how the management team has operated the team, but the fact that they're in this community that I grew up in. And I go to games, I went to games as a scout, even before that, coached against the Wolves in this league. And the turnout and the enthusiasm and passion in that building for hockey is very inspiring to someone that has grown up in this area, to see that them actively involved in the development of our sport in the community. So that's very big and very special to me. I guess a little bit about myself is probably appropriate. I can tell you I'm very, and you've understood that, I think, that I'm very happy to be here today, but in no way am I content. When you take a job like this, it's exciting. It surely is exciting to be back in Chicago, especially traveling away from home to follow and pursue our sport. It's great to be back home and around family, but there's a job to do. And although I'm happy, and we talk about this many times with players, we can't be content in our business or any business for that matter. So there's plenty of work to do. I'm making a switch. I went into scouting the last couple of years. I've thanked these guys for putting their faith in me and giving me an opportunity. I'm going to thank them sarcastically for already sleepless nights. As a scout, the one thing I would say to my wife, Susan, quite often was this is a very relaxing position. I actually had to set my alarm to get up at 8 o'clock. Now that I've taken and accepted a coaching position, I get up at 5 o'clock without an alarm. So that's a big difference, a big change. But for me, that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about all the things that go into coaching. So very excited underneath all this hype or excitement today, to get to work on the things that help hockey players become better and teams to become team. And I will conclude by just saying that I accept this position, I guess. Not I guess, I certainly do accept this position with what's been established. The group of guys up here have been able to establish a winning tradition, really, that is certainly exceptional within the world of sports. I got a laugh out of Don a couple of seconds ago. Don Levin mentioned we were talking to somebody back there, and they said the Calder Cup champions, and Don said the 4-time Calder Cup champions. So there was a fifth finger up there. So if that's not pressure, I don't know what is. But that's something I accept. I think it's my job to come in here and not only maintain the level of excellence that has been here, but to find ways to add to it. I don't. I'm not coming in here certainly riding on a white horse and looking to change anything. I'm looking for ways to add to what success has already been here and add to the strong foundation that's already in place. So with that, I'll conclude by, again, just mentioning how much I appreciate everyone being here. For my family members, tickets, this is the guy to see right here. I'll give you his phone number right afterwards. And that's it for me. So I appreciate everything. Thank you very much.
I certainly want to echo the sentiments and thank everyone for coming out today. It is a great day for the Chicago Wolves. It's a very, very important day for the Chicago Wolves. And I've been part of this organization, for 11 years, and for 11 years we've had some great stability in the management side of things and the coaching side of things, and it's led us to obviously to do some great things as an organization. And when we set out to look for the new head coach of the Chicago Wolves, the next person that was going to take us and move us and continue us to grow and to keep us entrenched in that expectation of excellence, it was certainly going to be a tough task. And we sat back, we huddled, we talked about a lot of different things of what we needed, what we wanted, what we were looking for. And the more that I talked to Don Granato, the more I became comfortable and the more I became confident that he certainly was the guy that embodied all the things that we wanted and more. And Don is a very passionate guy. If you get into the room with him and start talking hockey, you better book off a couple of hours because he's got a lot to say. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's got a long history of developing young players. He's got a history of winning championships. He's got a history of being a battler. He's got a history of being a tremendously strong character, and he's got a history of wanting to coach. And those were the things that when I sat down with Don and Buddy and met with the Atlanta Thrashers organization, without hesitation, I said, Don's the man. So looking forward to working with him, looking forward to doing some great things with him, and looking forward to the future, because that's what it's all about. We have a tremendous past. It's one that anybody coming in here has to have the confidence that they're going to be able to do their job. The banners that are going to be raised to the roof and the banners that are going to be hanging, throughout the area of Chicago, thanks to Mike Nardella and his hard work, where they're representative of what we have done, of the tradition of this organization. And anybody coming in here certainly feels the weight of that. But that's good, because the people that thrive under that type of pressure are the people that excel within our organization, and we're very, very confident that that's what Don's all about. Excited? That's an understatement. It's hard to believe that only a couple short weeks ago we finished this season and we're all ready to go again. And so again, it was a process that was done with a lot of care, a lot of attention, and with the best results.